Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of 410 Sports Talk. James Haskell, along with my co-host Glenn Martin, really excited to get into a happy post-game show. The Baltimore Ravens defeating, of course, the New England Patriots. Final score 37-26. Really happy with the result from a wins-loss standpoint. But, of course, as always, we're here to get into the good, the bad, the ugly, otherwise. Talk about our over-under competition, of course. Talk about our predictions that we previously made, one of which I'm really happy about. Justice Hill, just saying. And all the other things Baltimore Ravens. So welcome in. Hopefully you guys are as happy as we are on this Sunday afternoon. Glenn and I will be here with you for a while. So let's dig right into it. Glenn, where do you want to start, my friend?
All right, I'm going to quickly go over some statistics of both teams just to give you an overview of what took place. So, Lamar Jackson, 18 of 29, 218 yards, 4 tutties, 1 pick, and was sacked 4 times. For the Patriots, Mac Jones, 22 of 32, 321 yards, no touchdowns, 3 picks, and was sacked 3 times. And I haven't heard the update, but it looked like he had a pretty nasty leg injury there at the end. Looks like he got kind of trapped underneath Calais, I think it was, as he was being pulled down. And yeah, it didn't look good, but let's wait and see what happens out of that. And then, of course, on the ground, I can't wait to just totally hype up this guy. Lamar Jackson, 11 carries, 107, another touchdown on the ground as well, had a long of 38 yards. Also on the ground, Jimmy's guy, Justice Hill, 6 carries, 60 yards, including a 34-yard long. And then J.K. Dobbins saw his first action today, 7 carries, 23 yards. And then for the New England Patriots, I thought Ramondre Stevens had a nice game of 12 carries, 73 yards, had a touchdown. And then Damian Harris kind of took a little bit of a back seat in this one, 11 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown. Mac Jones did have a rushing touchdown and kind of a surprising breakout day with his legs, 5 carries, 31 yards, and that sole touchdown. And then as far as receiving, Mark Andrews continues to lead the way. Jimbo, you asked me about Mark Andrews in the pregame show, and man, I mean, he's just a monster. He mosses McCourty for one of his 2 touchdowns, 8 catches on 13 targets. Rashad Bateman had a bit of a disappointing game, which we're going to get into. 2 catches, though, 59 yards, had a big one late for 35 yards. It was really helpful. Devin Duvernay, I mean,
dude,
only 2 catches, just 25 yards, but man, was that touchdown impressive once again. And then, of course, his kick return ability continues to be all pro level. J.K. Dobbins did add 2 catches for 17 yards, and Pat Ricard had 1 for 12. Devontae Parker for the Patriots absolutely went bananas. 5 catches, 156 yards. Every catch he had, Jimbo, went for 20+. What the hell?
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. But yeah.
And then Kendrick Bourne, 4 catches, 58 yards. Nelson Aguilar, 2 for 41. And Ramondre Stevens, 4 for 28. So a fun game to watch, a game that had a lot to take in. Sacks, turnovers, big plays on offense. Pretty much anything you could have wanted in a game, this game had it. And, yeah, it was a blast, Jimbo.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of ups and downs. It certainly wasn't. I never felt like the game was out of reach for, either team, whether they were winning in brief moments or we were winning, whatever. It was really a back and forth type game until, of course, the superior team took over and won the game. But I just want to, it's funny. I was thinking about the conversation we had about Andrews in the pregame show. We'll get to your super chats here in 1 second, guys. Just bear with me. I just want to say this one thing. And I knew after that first incompletion where it would have been a tough catch, but he dropped it. Normally he drops them. He catches those. I knew it was on after that. I said they're going right back to him here in a little bit, and it's about to be on. So I'm interested to getting all our thoughts and into this game, but let's get right to Sean real quick. Sean Pisker, because we're here to celebrate with you guys. Boys, stoked. Hamilton finally stepped up and made a great play. Wasn't great by the defense, but they sealed it. Yeah, so let's just jump way ahead into that, Glenn, and kind of follow let's pull on this thread for a little bit, because I think that was a really important play for a lot of reasons. One, Hamilton made a big, impactful play, a guy that's feeling a little shaky in his confidence, a guy that's hearing a lot of the news and a lot of, people calling him a bust and things like that. So I think that was crucial. It was all hustle, too. It wasn't one of those plays where, this guy's just got skill that other people don't have, which I think is even more important because it was just purely hustle that got him that play and awareness, knowing that he should swipe down and and hit at the ball. And then can I just say that Marcus Peters might have a second career as a shortstop?
Oh, on that fumble recovery?
Dude,
Yes,
ridiculous.
dude. Nobody else keeps that in bounds. How did he do that?
That was a web jam, dude.
You are 100. That like Ozzie was it Ozzie Smith at shortstop from back in the day?
Dude,
magician, dude. How did he recover that ball in bounds? I still don't know.
It's not even a round ball.
No, that was impressive. It shows those drills they do actually might pay off when they're having them dive on the balls during training camp.
Yeah, and you know my favorite part about all that was did you see the whole defense get behind Hamilton?
Oh, dude.
After that on the sideline.
The whole
just
team.
Hype him up and get him all excited. And
yep.
you know what I mean? I think that's some serious love there, because I think some of other guys have been there where they know a lot of these guys are high round picks as well. Obviously not the whole team, but a lot of guys, and they know what it's like to deal with that pressure as well. So that was really awesome to see. I was happy to see that for him.
Yeah, no doubt. I loved Harbaugh even came over. Mike McDonald came over. Everybody just, get some confidence. Let's do it.
Mike McDonald's like, thanks for saving my job, bro.
Pretty much. Like, you're killing me. Doobie Mars says Baltimore has the worst groins in the NFL. Dude, I'm telling you.
Mr. Miyagi.
I'll get over there, dude, because, I mean, they obviously, we're going to get into it. They had some injuries again pop up today, some of which, didn't look great. But I think there's also, if you want to spin it, some positivity that may have come out at least one of those injuries.
Yeah, I'm wondering which one.
So I might as well just get into it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Patrick McCary steps on the foot of I think it was Justice Hill or JK. And anyone who's played sports has, certainly has probably been there one time or another. I certainly had my share playing basketball, landing on the foot of another after coming down from a jump. And it's almost nothing you can do. But imagine being an offensive lineman who's trying to step back and anchor the potential bull rush in front of them. And then, you roll the ankle, how bad that could be. But Faalele came in and looked absolutely terrible for the first, say, handful to 10 snaps. I mean, first of all, I don't know why.
Never even played left tackle.
Never even played it. And I was kind of puzzled why on multiple occasions he wasn't getting any help. One of which I think Dobbins made the mistake in not getting him help, but other times where there just was no one there to help him, which was kind of a head scratcher. But as the game went on, Jimbo, I think we found at the very least a serviceable swing tackle in Faalele. Mm-hmm. I mean, that guy Wise Jr. was unbelievable, unblockable, and then in the second half, we didn't hear his name. And Faalele started to find rhythm. They started to understand how to use the guy. He's big, he's long, he's strong, and we've seen him flash the athleticism as a ball carrier in college. So I think that, if anything, we saw some positives come out of the fact that he's looking like he could develop into, at least at the bare minimum, a serviceable left tackle.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I'm hoping that the improvement in the left side of the line wasn't simply scheme and extra help and, and things like that. But you're right. There were moments where he seemed to hold up. But yeah, I tell you what, on the other side, man, I'm starting to get worried about Moses.
He had moments though where he played well, but
he had moments, but he had some really ugly Alejandro Villanueva type looking moments
early though.
You're absolutely right. I mean, certainly not later in the game, but I just wasn't expecting him to have those as a Raven. You know what I mean? Like,
and he had that knee where he hit the ground with it, looked like it bothered him, but stayed in the game. But dude, that one play, I don't know if you remember, he pulled from the right to the left side and buried a guy deep. Like in down the field, I think 10, 15 yards and pancakes a guy. So,
how about they showed it on the screen like 1,000 times. How about Ricard getting the best of Matt Judon?
Oh, dude, flattened him.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
I mean, he's got him by what, 40 pounds?
Yeah, I mean, easy for sure.
Ravens O's Nation says, glad for the win, but I'm still sick of this defense. You can't expect to beat Buffalo by letting wide receivers go off all the time. Parker isn't that good. Yeah.
Who ended up winning the Buffalo Miami game?
It's a good question because I always record the Ravens game and then I just restart it when I get up here. So I'm watching the Ravens replay. So let's see who did win that game. Oh, the Dolphins won.
Well,
wow. Interesting.
I kind of would have wished that the Bills won, to be honest with you.
We'll because now they might come in a little bit fired up. But let's get into it, Jimbo. I mean,
Let's do it.
Still way too many big plays. I mean, like Ravens O's Nation said, Devontae Parker, it seemed like every time he caught the ball, he was going for 25 plus.
I counted and I just hand counted. I probably missed some stuff. There's some stuff off screen. Five targets. I think 4 ended up being receptions. None of them were against Marcus Peters or
they were
Marlon
picking
Humphrey.
on Stevens.
It's Stevens and Armour Davis.
Yep.
It was exhausting. I mean, I don't know which one I get more frustrated with. Armour Davis just can't seem to stay in the same stratosphere as anyone right now. At least is not as in the same stratosphere as Devontae Parker. Mm-hmm. And Stevens was really handsy. He's just that kind of guy. And so obviously he had the penalty and so, man, I'm concerned. Like, I hope that. So part of my question is, why was there so much of a rotation there? Is it because Marlon has the groin? You know what I mean? I didn't think was that typical? Was I not paying attention before? I feel like normally, if Marcus is healthy and Marlon is healthy on the outside, like all things equal, they're there 95% of the time. But I felt like today there was more of a rotation on the outside. Did you see that as well? And like, I don't know. Is that normal? I feel like I don't see that often.
I think you're still seeing the effects of Peters being eased into the season, still on a bit of a snap count. I think that the groin is still an issue for Humphrey, and that they're also not wanting to put him in a spot where he could get banged up. But also when he's out there, you got to think Pepe's the only natural inside guy on the team. So a guy like Marlon, who can do both, and some argue that he's even better inside than out, even though he's excellent at both. They'd rather have him inside and let Stevens play on the outside. So I think that some of it is just, where guys have to go and kind of make the best of it. But yeah, you're 100% right. He was throwing away from Marlon Humphrey and away from Marcus Peters.
And you saw the difference as soon as he threw Parker the ball against one of those two, it was an interception, right? He was hoping that, Parker would be there kind of. It was a Mark Andrews type scenario where Lamar's like, I'm on my back foot. I'm just going to chuck it up to Mark Andrews. Similar, he was getting pressure, threw it up to Devontae Parker, and it was probably the easiest interception that Marlon Humphrey will have all season.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it was right in his breath. Well, I don't know. The Marcus Peters one was even easier, but
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Because he was getting his ankle broken. It looked like at the moment the throw was coming, but I think Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, because there was some doubters still casting a little bit of shade Marlon's way. And I think it's because people didn't realize he sat out those scoring plays last week.
Yeah.
That he wasn't on the field when all those crazy plays were happening. And again, this week, they just avoided him like the plague. Didn't throw it anywhere near him. And I quickly want to touch on Pepe, because Pepe gave up some plays today, but they were just fantastically thrown balls where he was just a little bit. It's not like he was like Armour Davis where he's just chasing 5 yards behind the guy. I feel like Pepe, while gave up some plays, played okay on the back end. And, obviously he's going to continue to get better as the year goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really still excited. Like you said, I'm still really excited about Pepe because I feel like the dude just hustles everywhere. And I mean, it's just so hard to be upset with a guy that always at least seems to be in the right position and moving a million miles an hour, and you expect him to continue to improve as a player. But I mean, we were just talking about a second ago. I don't think we read this one yet. Peters with another game-winning interception. Let's go. Yes. Yeah, I mean, man, that was an easy one.
The ball finds him.
It's
Jimbo.
Ridiculous, right?
He wasn't even like it's just like he threw it right to him, dude. Like, here you go.
Yeah, that was shocking. Well, it wasn't shocking, but I mean, yeah, it's just like you said, the ball. Look, opportunity is luck is created by, what is it, preparation and hard work or something like that, and throw a couple other things in a cauldron, and all of a sudden you got some luck. Any relation to this person?
No. Oh, hold on. Kieran? No, I don't think so.
Kieran Martin says, great to see the run game come back to life a bit more. Choppy game, but got that dub, and thanks for the like on Facebook for my wedding pics, guys.
Oh, yeah, I did that. So shout out to Kieran.
I did that.
Yeah, I was scrolling Facebook and saw that it was a wonderful picture. So I had to hit the like button, no doubt. Shout out.
That's awesome. Dude, I got a really funny story because we can be lighthearted. We won, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday we were at Fells Point and there was this dude. I swear to you, I wish your dad watched the show more often, because he was like, I felt like he was your dad's older brother. Okay. Like, if any of you guys have met Glenn, he had the long ponytail.
Okay.
He had the hat on. He had the hat on though, but he had a long
Okay.
ponytail.
Yep.
Same laugh, dude. Goofy dude. So
Yeah.
we're at the square section of Fells Point, and he's got two snakes, two boa constrictors just sitting in the sun, just letting them sunbathe. They're just hanging out in the sun, no big deal. And everyone that walks by is like, "You want to pet him? You want to pet the snake?" And everyone comes over, and he's just laughing, making jokes, and like people are just petting the snake, and like. But so we walked over there. Tanya was like, "Oh yeah, I want to hold it," and stuff like that. And we were hanging out, but I'm like, dude, this guy, I swear, is related to Glenn's dad. Same laugh, same sense of humor, same haircut, just looked a little older, had some facial hair. But I was like, holy crap, there's got to be some relation here, dude.
Yeah, he must have been a heck of a good-looking guy. That's all I have to say. But yeah, all right. So let's get back into it, Jimbo.
Yeah.
And I have some stats here for you. I'm not gonna put it off anymore because I'm just super excited to talk about
goodness. Are you talking about all the money that Lamar Jackson's about to get?
Yes, I'm going exactly in that direction. Okay, so in 2019, he had a fantastic run, right? He MVP, led the league in touchdown passes, did all this. So in 2019, through 3 games, he had 863 yards passing. This year, 742 through 3 games, okay? That year in 2019, he had 172 yards rushing through 3 games, 172. This season, 246. Okay? You're talking about 70 yards plus more, okay? That year, 2019, he had 8 total touchdowns through 3 games. This year, 12 through 3 games. So in 2 areas, he has massive improvements. And in the other area, still 742 yards passing in 3 games is nothing to sneeze at. So and by the way, his quarterback rating is better by a few ticks as well, up in the 110s. So my point is, Jimbo, if he was an MVP, a unanimous MVP in 2019, I think it's quite fair to say that Lamar Jackson is on pace to again be a favorite for MVP as long as the wins keep coming.
Yeah, you're right, but I feel like this is like a preordained Josh Allen season. It's just starting to bother me at this point. But,
we'll see.
No, you're right. The tides can change, right? They absolutely can. But let's see what DK says here. Next gen stats. Oh, someone's getting a phone call. Glenn's over there making moves, dude. Lamar Jackson was blitzed on 49% of his dropbacks in the Ravens' 37-26 victory over the Patriots. Jackson threw 3 touchdown passes against the blitz for the 2nd straight game. He leads the NFL in EPA versus blitz, plus 22 this season. That's just...
Oh, nah. They figured him out, Jimbo.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what. Lamar Jackson... Yeah, that's right. Lamar Jackson's been talking about the big man up front a lot lately. If you've noticed, he's been tweeting a little more about it. He's talking about him on the podium. Look, one of the things that the big man upstairs is saying, he'll take your weaknesses and make them strengths, baby. Let me tell you what, Lamar Jackson went to the big man upstairs and said, take my weaknesses and make them strengths. That's exactly what he did. So shout out to Lamar Jackson for putting in the hard work this offseason and really putting this one to bed, right? Like, this is no longer a way to say, oh, we're going to attack Lamar Jackson by blitzing him. Go ahead with, you know what I mean? Like, we're happy to have you do it.
It's just
sorry,
crazy.
I just read your private chat.
Yeah, I see you. It's absolutely hilarious that there's still people out there that think that just because they struggled, with such a depleted roster, that they somehow
do the same thing.
Yeah, had no ability to fix that. I think it's laughable. I mean, what else can you say about this guy? The guy's an absolute machine. Manny says PQ needs to hit the jugs machine. Yeah. He had a pick 6 that would have completely blown this game wide open, hit him right in the belly. It would have been a tough play. It doesn't look great when they have it in super slow-mo and you see, it didn't look good, but, I still think that would have been a hell of an interception for a linebacker to make.
Well, now we know why they recruited him as a running back and then saw his hands and were like, we'll put you on defense. Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, no.
Yeah, hey, my son can do it. My son does it all the day.
All the dances, we'll get Cam.
He knows them all.
That's right. Yeah, we'll get Cam on it. And
he's just doing the gritty today.
Yeah, we'll get him. He does it right, too. I mean, he doesn't look like an idiot doing it like I would.
Look, Bob Reed called me. Now he's in the comment section saying, sorry for calling you during your show. Yeah, Bob. I better see you tonight, Bob. 9:30. I better see you. We're going to have problems coming down the Eastern Shore. Okay, so you're not going to be doing the gritty. Okay, Tariq says, did they put a blocker next to Fa'alele.
I think they gave him some more help.
Yeah, but there was also plenty of times where they didn't, just like when he was failing. Like in the beginning, they gave him help, and then they took it away, and he failed. And then later they gave him more help, but then they took it away, and he didn't fail. So I think that look, he's never played left tackle. So now, out of necessity, he's going to be playing a lot of left tackle because I think McCary's going to be one of those high ankle sprains, and you're looking at a 5 to 6 week recovery.
Yep.
So he's going to be getting, if not first team starter reps, if Ronnie's not ready, then he's going to be getting the primary backup reps and the swing tackle reps. So now he's going to be playing a whole lot of football since the McCary injury. Let's just hope that McCary's not out for an extended period of time because we definitely need as much depth at that spot as we can get.
Yeah, absolutely. We are. Yeah, I think we should. Let's at least kind of aside talk about that for a little bit as far as injury concerns, because obviously we had Justin Houston go down, we had Patrick McCary go down, and I feel like there was 4 injuries. Calais came back. Did I see Michael? I didn't see Michael Williams Michael
Pierce.
Michael Pierce came back. He didn't come back, right? We saw Travis Jones in there, who didn't make much of an impact, at least as far as I saw. I only was focusing on a couple plays, but I didn't see anything eye popping. We can talk about that later. That being said, our man, I was really getting tired of the announcer had the same cadence. He said, "There's a player down," and he would say, every freaking time it was for the Ravens. For the Ravens. Like, dude, I'm gonna jump through the screen and just punch you in the face. So annoying to hear. Like, gosh. So my concern is the injuries, not the injuries in volume, but the injuries in the places where we have injuries. Right? Like outside linebacker. Well,
tackle.
Right. Left tackle at that.
Well, like Justin Houston going down was like, oh.
I know, man.
You got to be kidding me.
Where are you at? Where are you at with that? Like, what's your concern level? I mean, I feel like I am at the precipice. Like, I'm about to just lose it because I'm just really getting tired of it. Even Lawrence Guy, who's a former Raven, got hurt.
I know. Isn't that hilarious? You know what? Here's the thing. I'm nervous because of the rash at each position. So we talk about how important left tackle is. They have contingency plans in Juwan James, and then at very worst, Patrick McCary. They're both now gone. Then we talk about outside linebacker position. They're so thin. But at least they got Justin Houston, but he's playing a lot of snaps. Now he's now out. And while it didn't look long-term because he still was staying on the sidelines, he still didn't come back in the game. So it's kind of undecided there. Then I'm thinking, well, thank goodness they got JPP. How surprised were you to see Copeland getting signed at relatively the exact same time as JPP, playing a ton of snaps, making impacts, getting a sack, and we didn't see JPP. So it doesn't make sense because they gave, they gave Jason Pierre-Paul this extended.
I like you just call him Juan Pierre. We're gonna call him that from now on.
Dude, Juan Pierre, dude, you remember him? One of the best center fielders as far as defensively.
Sorry, anyway, go ahead.
Fly. But the fact that Copeland comes out and he's the one that gets all the reps, he's the one that gets all the plays, despite the fact that Jason Pierre-Paul signed for more than the minimum, which is so out of the norm for this type of signing. Why didn't we see JPP? I don't get it. He was active as far as I know, right? He wasn't on the inactives list.
Yeah, no, you're right. He wasn't on the inactives list. That is an interesting question. I wish I had a better answer for you. Maybe he didn't feel ready. It has to be that he didn't feel ready, right?
Yeah, and then Copeland plays so much.
Yeah.
And he played. I mean, look, he had to, but at least he played well enough. I mean, he did have the sack, which I think was, I think Calais earned almost a half a sack there because he's the one who kind of forced the quarterback off his spot. But Jimbo, I want to ask you a quick question here. And actually, let's get into this.
Sean Pisker.
Is that what we're on? I know I see a couple of them coming in. Here we go.
Yeah, that's a good one. So Sean Pisker, guys, don't forget we were 0-6 in Foxborough, not anymore. Now, I also want to point out that's in the regular season because we all remember going into Pittsburgh and painting their back porch red in the playoffs. We all remember that. But yeah,
going into Pittsburgh,
Foxborough, Jesus.
I thought that was going somewhere, but then you stopped.
No, but of course, we went in there and beat them after the miracle at Mile High and all that. But yeah, knocked that off. But Jimbo, I want to get your take on this because I was absolutely fuming in the moment.
Okay.
And I got to get your take. To me, that was an incomplete pass.
How about the Rashad Bateman? Yeah,
Dude,
I was so
he never had it. He needed out of his own
It was
grip.
a bang bang. You talk about a bang bang play.
Yes.
He
How
never
is
had
that a
possession
catch?
of the football.
Thank you.
Never had possession of the football because as soon as he got his two hands on it, the defender's arm was already in the breadbasket.
And plus, if you really watch it, he knees the ball out of his own grip.
Yeah.
Then the hand comes in. He never had it. He needed out of his own hands.
Dude,
I don't understand how everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, that's a
even
catch."
The
what?
Rep on the television was like, yeah,
Crazy.
That was a frustrating one for me. If we would have lost that game, certainly I would be a lot more frustrated about it. But look, I'll say this though: Rashad redeemed himself when he left Jones, number 31, in standing in cement. And the next drive, just go. I mean, the dude didn't even touch him.
Nope.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. So, but yeah, that was a real frustrating one. I was so shocked at how people that are supposed to be objective about that didn't seem objective about that at all to me.
Yeah, and also
all I heard all day to add to insult was like, "Oh, Mac Jones is a runner. Mac Jones this, Mac Jones." Like, dude, do you realize Lamar Jackson is dominating this game? And all you can talk about is stupid Mac Jones? Nobody cares about Mac Jones and his gritty anymore. Nobody cares.
Well, plus
he's irrelevant. He plays for an irrelevant team.
Yeah, and he celebrated on a play that was overturned and called down by contact in the back because he celebrated that 2-point conversion, which was not. But absolutely horrible call on that one, and it could have cost the Ravens the game with Rashad Bateman. Terrible, terrible call. And by the way, everyone, because I'm glad somebody pointed this out. You can't challenge that; it's automatically challenged. So those who are trying to blame Harbaugh for not challenging that, and the same people trying to blame Harbaugh last week for not challenging that touchdown that I agree I don't think was, but it's automatically challenged. So it's out of Harbaugh's hands. So let's stop blaming the coach for something that he literally has no responsibility for.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. What the Flock? I don't think we've seen What the Flock in a while. What's up, man? If we have, apologies, but it's good to see you. 3 things. 1, Stanley needs to come back ASAP. Yeah. 2, when is Ajabo and Bowser coming back? Well, Ajabo's never played, so coming back from injury, yeah, we'd like to know. Great question. And 3, Dez and Megatron would go nuts over that Bateman fumble. Can NFL please decide what a catch is? I mean, 100%. Like, man, that was frustrating. I just didn't understand the logic. I would love to have that explained to me again. Like, explain it to me like I'm 5, because the way you just explained it to me makes 0 sense. Like, it's almost like you're trying to make me doubt what my eyes just saw.
To say he had possession is a lie. It's a flat out lie.
No other way to put it.
So, yeah, thank goodness it didn't cost him the game because I would have been hot. But, Don C., I'm with you. I don't know why this was a Fox game in the first place.
Yeah, it's AFC on AFC. Like,
what are we doing? This is a CBS game. Why? I don't understand it. But, yeah, that had me absolutely furious. Like, that is the most ridiculous thing. And I know John was pissed too. But all right, let's get into your guy here, Devin Duvernay, Jimbo. I'm going to give you a little bit of time because not only did he have a fantastic punt return, but he once again mosses another defender for another touchdown.
Yeah.
Floor is yours, Jimbo.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said before, and I appreciate the flowers here. I felt like Devin Duvernay was going to have a good year, and he is, to me, more of a missing link. Now, we need Rashad Bateman to do what he's doing, but if Rashad Bateman does what he does, and then you have a guy like Mark Andrews do what he's doing, it still makes the passing attack not impossible to defend. But then you turn around and you got a guy like Devin Duvernay, who anytime you put him in a scenario where he's one-on-one is making people look bad. I mean, then this really becomes a conundrum, right? Yeah. So I'm so happy that Devin Duvernay is taking advantage of his opportunities and he's showing the work that he's put in. I want him to get the ball more. We predicted it. We saw some jet sweeps. I wish we would have jet sweep right. I wish we would have done it more. I'd like to see straight handoffs. I think we saw one. It was a legitimate handoff. I want to see some more of that. But I'm just happy for Devin Duvernay because the dude I feel like has worked his butt off and deserves the opportunity to be a focal point of this offense. I'm happy about it. But I want to take it a step further. I'm going to keep patting my back.
Do it.
Because Justice Hill, dude. Justice Hill, I called him my breakout offensive player of the game. I predicted over 50 yards. And you almost had me admitted to the psych ward.
Dude, you called it, man. I got to give you credit, man. You called it. Dude was good.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't like the breakout player of the game offensively. I mean, Lamar Jackson, how can you give it to anyone but
Or
Lamar
Mark
Jackson?
Andrews, 2 touchdowns, 89
Sure.
yards.
Was that your guy that you took? No, did you take Likely again?
I don't want to talk about it. He had 1 catch for 8 yards.
Oh gosh.
I'm not picking him next week, Jimbo.
Yeah, you can't. But no, I mean, I'm happy. Let's talk about this running game for a sec, because it's funny. I, for a short period of time, was also convinced that this was a system-driven run game, and I'm now realizing that it is not, because Kenyon Drake was inactive. Justice Hill got the ball more, who's the best of the 3 backs that we had at the time, and then you add J.K. Dobbins, who's better than all of them, even at 75%. And the run game had way more punch. Like, forget Lamar as a factor in the run game right now, but as far as the running backs go, I know the numbers weren't incredible, but you could see it visually on television. It looked different. A simple play, I'll give you as an example. JK is about to take a loss, and what does he do? Spins off the dude and turns it into 3.5 or 4 yards, right? Like, it's those little things that are the difference between a lackluster run game and a run game with some momentum. So I'm excited to see what this running attack has to offer as the season keeps going and going.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought, to me, the run game was kind of off the rails because guys just weren't doing their job. The offensive line was not getting any push. They were constantly getting blowing assignments and having their guys just olay them to their face. But this game, they played a lot better. And even when McCary went out, I thought they ran behind Faalele more often than we typically run to the left side. A lot of times in big-time crucial situations, the Ravens, they run to the right side. They run behind Moses and Zeitler because guys that they trust. But this time, I think to nullify some of what New England was looking to do against Faalele, they decided just to run behind the big fella and let the guy push. And also, something I've been saying that I think a lot of people are in agreement, but there's also a good portion who don't want to see Lamar Jackson run. It's so important for this Ravens offense for Lamar to have those rushing plays. It just is. When he has the option to hand it or pull it, if it just a few times a game he pulls it and takes off, it changes the way the defense plays. They have to pause, and it allows guys like Justice Hill and J.K. Dobbins a little bit of time to get in some space and then let their athleticism take over. I think without Lamar Jackson doing what he did, we don't see Justice Hill do what he did. So while I agree that, you'd like to limit some of the contact and some of the abuse that Lamar takes physically, it's so vital for our offense that he is still at least a part of this rushing attack. He has to be. He's the most important part. But, yeah, Justice took advantage of his snaps. 10 yards of carry. Shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll just add to that. You were talking about Lamar. If I'm not mistaken, Lamar Jackson now has currently, even before this game, right? He had the longest rushing touchdown and the longest throwing touchdown in the NFL. It's just
ridiculous.
Like, so really quickly, is there any way that EDC just comes to Lamar and says, let's just get this thing done?
I hope so. I hope that he's not standing firm on this. We're not negotiating because, oh man, I would love to see the news that he's extended here and here long-term, but I got a feeling Lamar might be for real about that. We'll wait till next season.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you played your cards. Now it's time for me to play mine, right?
Yep.
So was it a cheap shot on Mac Jones by Calais? I'm going to be honest. I didn't see it.
No, it wasn't a cheap shot. He hit him while he was throwing it. I mean, it would have been flagged.
I'm trying to think what I missed.
It was when Peters got had the interception.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was no. I don't think that that was a cheap shot at all. It would have been. Nobody talked about it. It wasn't called. And I don't expect a fine or anything like that.
Well, I'm going to throw a prop. Okay, let's see here. One thing that kills me: Dobbins is back and we run no draws. How can we continue to kill the clock when the D knows we're running it? It's not just O-line.
Well, I mean, I think what you can do is use the run or use the short pass as an extension of your run game. We saw that early. Dobbins had 2 catches for 17 yards, including an 11-yard long.
Right.
There's ways, and then they tried to get horizontal, which we talked about, but in the pregame show, we wanted to see them run a little bit of left to right instead of so much north to south against this tough front. And they tried that. Duvernay had a couple carries trying to get to the sideline. They played it well. I mean, it's a good fundamentally sound defense that played it well. But yeah, the offense, the run game has to continue to improve and evolve. But I think today was a step in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what I want to do, Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of full transparency, I told you if there today's my birthday, so people are upstairs waiting for me to go have dinner.
Happy birthday again, guys! Make sure Jimmy feels the love.
Thank you
on his birthday.
Freaking Glenn. I'm
make sure he feels the love.
I'm over here complaining before the show starts. All right. So I'm wondering if we can go do our over-unders and then give an additional analysis on Tuesday. But I want to get to our over-unders. Unless you have really things that you're dying to get off your chest.
If I have really things that I'm dying to get off my chest.
You know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, no. Let me just give a quick shout out. Josh Bynes. We've been banging on him.
Make appearance, baby.
We've been all over this guy saying he needs to be better, needs to play better. Well, he leads the team in tackles today. He had 10 total. Let's see. Didn't he have the interception as well?
Yes, he did. And Blake Martinez, go to Vegas, dude. Get on at it. Yeah.
That's right. He leads the team in tackles and gets a pick, which I think is the most shocking part of it all.
I know.
So I had to give him a quick shout out. The guy played his butt off, and so keep it up, and let's hope this continues.
Yeah, absolutely. So all that being said, appreciate it, Sean. Happy birthday, Jimmy. It's funny because the name Jimmy has come back only because of this show, and it still cracks me up.
That's right.
All right, so let's get into our over-unders, DK. What do you think? And then while we do that, actually, while DK cues that up, if you can throw that banner up, I just want to give a shout-out, as always, to our patrons. This week, we'll be putting out our most recent Patreon exclusive video for our contributors and our patrons. Jordan Bellenbach is our newest patron. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. Sorry, we don't have
Ravens O's Nation. You're not on there either, but we appreciate you.
Sorry. Yeah, Ravens O's Nation. And I think there's another person that's not on here as well. Intern Brad's going to get me a new one here soon, but he's in school now, so he's a little busy. So we'll give him a break on this one. But shout out to all you guys. Make sure you go check out DK's articles. They're awesome. I'm sure he'll have a good one out this week. No pressure, DK. We're looking forward to it. So quick shout out.
Shout out to Alex in the chat. Shouting out James.
Hey, that's my nephew. What's up, Alex?
Yeah.
There he is.
I remember that. Yeah, buddy. And shout out to Bob Reed, local legend,
yes.
Eastern Shore rock star, but an even better brother. Shout out, Bob. Love you, bro.
Bobby.
All right, let's get into our competition. Of course, this is the most exciting thing to hit sports. The over-under competition at 410 Sports Talk.
That's the 3-point shot, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is the 4-point shot, Jimbo. This is revolutionary. Bro. We're changing the game. All right, so every week we have an internal show competition settled by a series of over-unders and closest to the pin. Of course, we encourage all our listeners to participate in the fan edition of that once-a-week competition. So let's get into and find out who is this week's winner. Let's throw up the first over-under. The offense's over-under was Lamar Jackson rushing yards, over-under 51.5. Jimbo, we were so wrong.
Yeah, only Brad, of course.
Damn, Brad, man.
DK, condition. Brad has to put his answers in before the preview show.
Yeah, because I don't know when these answers. Did anyone verify that these were in before the game started? That's what I need to know.
Well, no, strategically speaking, he gets to see all our answers and then just, find out the easiest way to win, right?
Yeah, see? He's smart,
He's college kid.
He's a college kid. He's sharp.
All this youthful intelligence. The heck?
So, yeah, me, DK, and Jimbo all guessed under. We were so wrong. He had, in fact, double that and then some. So we were so wrong. Incredibly wrong. All right, next one.
Mark Andrews touchdowns, 0.5. He had 2. That's right. I think we all said over. Did we clean
100%. Clean house.
Yep, all went over. All right, DK. Those are the 2 offensive ones. What are the defensive ones?
Ravens passing long. That was bad. We all said he'd go.
Wait. But we're right.
Are we? They didn't have a 40-yarder? Was it exactly 40?
It was 40 yards, and it was 40.5. So by the skin of our teeth, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it was 40. But, dude, did it not feel like they had 5 40-yard plays?
It did. Everyone did. Devontae Parker felt like it was a 40-yarder. Felt like it was a 40-yarder.
Say, this is a step in the right direction, man. We gave up multiple 40-plussers last week. None this week. Yeah. Let's go defense. All right.
What we got, DK?
Ravens
Yes,
tackles for
dude,
loss,
this was an easy one,
3.5.
DK. Didn't you get this wrong, dude?
Yeah, me and you were the only ones. This was a duh for us, right? This was a no-brainer.
Dude, jeez a whiz. Right.
Yeah, buddy. So me and Jimbo got that right, and DK and Brad got it wrong. So what's the score after the over-unders?
Is it all 3 out of 4? Yeah, we're tied.
All 3 out of 4.
Oh, gosh.
All right. So it's going to go down to the tiebreakers. All right. So we have the first tiebreaker. Total yards for the Ravens. The answer was 394. Hold on. Intern Brad doesn't get that right because he went over. Or do we not do that?
Yeah.
Is this Price is Right rules?
Oh, this isn't. It's just closest.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
So,
People are probably wondering how we're communicating with DK right now.
Oh, yeah. DK
we
nods.
We can see him, guys. You guys can't, but we can. You're not going crazy. Nor are we.
No. DK is the rules expert from the background. So I guess 385 yards, Jimmy 380, DK 350 because he has no faith in the team. Intern Brad 400. So at 394, Brad was the closest. It's just 6 yards off the pace. I was second closest, 9 yards off the pace. DK couldn't even see the correct answer from where he was standing at 350. I love I'm just taking shots at DK when he can't defend himself. All right, so Brad is the leader there. Then we go to total score. The total score for the game was, of course, 53 as the Ravens win 37-26. The closest there was DK.
In total point. Hold on. Oh, yeah, you're right.
DK had a total score of 48, off by just 5, whereas Brad was off
how
by...
does this work?
So score is most important.
Oh, right.
And so since DK won that soundly... I think this week's show winner is DK back. Top of the mountain.
He's saying no. No,
Brad?
consult, DK.
Brad, get in here. I mean, we need the Dean Blandino. We need you on the screen. DK, can you you don't want to be on the screen?
You want to make an appearance?
What's going on, guys?
Okay, my God.
Hey!
Right. So how did he win and you lose?
It's been a minute. So I got 2 out of 4.
Oh, you only got 2 out of 4.
You 3 had 3 out of 4.
So Brad is won 3 consecutive weeks?
Well, so if we go by the yards.
Well, and what if you take the 3 out of 4? If you just take us 3 in each category, the total yards and then the score.
So
wouldn't that make me the winner?
Yeah. So you would be the winner if we counted the score first. So if we counted the score first, then we'll go with Jimmy.
Yes, take it.
So okay, I'll say this.
But the yardage, he was so much closer.
But so you just said, Glenn, that
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I just didn't want Jimmy to win.
Last year we went by score first.
Yeah.
And then we went with the yardage. So
Jimmy's the winner? No way.
We'll go with that. We'll go with the score.
What up?
So congratulations.
DK, I appreciate you coming in and clarifying the rules. And
I'm going to get Bob Peardy in here. Bob Peardy, we need a rules expert.
First down.
We need one of those officials that jumps onto the broadcast.
That's right.
I guess
Bob
Peardy.
Me.
Yeah,
that's Bob Peardy.
If you met Bob, that's exactly
He's a white hat. He's an official.
DK, thank you so much. I'm so happy.
It's all good. And I'll count up the tallies of all of our contestants online, and if that's all right.
Yeah.
We'll do it for Tuesday.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's interesting because in the private chat, you clearly wrote that Brad wins. But okay, Jimbo, I mean.
Hey, look, everybody makes mistakes.
We clarify the rules.
That's right. Gotta clarify the rules. Just like that Rashad Bateman was an interception.
Hey, it's like Tom said. It's only fitting. It is your birthday, Jimbo.
That's right. Look, I appreciate the love. Got to give True Ravens chick. Got the win for your birthday. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think we also missed another one, didn't we? Miami beat Buffalo. LOL Lamar for MVP.
Yeah, Josh Allen, get out of here.
That's right.
Let's go. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was an absolute blast. And look at Don, dude. Jimmy, act like you've been there before, bro.
Yeah.
Don, I haven't.
Dude, you're like the Mighty Ducks after they scored and they were celebrating way too much in the first
That's
period,
right,
dude.
dude,
Act
I
like you've
have
been
it.
there, bro.
I'm Josh Oliver in the end zone today, bro. Did you see how happy
Dude, he was super hyped for that 1-yard touchdown.
so excited.
Hey,
Lamar's
happy
like, good
for
job,
him,
dude. Good job. I'm like 50,000 in, but good job, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
No, dude, thank you so much. It was an absolute blast today. Should we give yeah, Katie's right. We got to get DK a 410 hat. Should we give people some shout outs real quick? And then what we'll do for Tuesday, as always, we're going to start getting you ready for the Buffalo game. But I think we're going to take a deeper dive into this game, talk about snap count, talk about the defense a little more, where we can improve, the offense a little more, where we can improve, all those things. But Glenn, you want to give people some shout outs?
Let's do it. Absolutely. Rob Merkaba. Appreciate Junior, by the way. Appreciate you coming out. And he says happy birthday, by the way. Adam. Yes, Justice Hill. He had a good game. Got to give him credit. Lisa Ann. Yeah, Josh Allen. Get him out of here.
That's right.
Tanja Bowman. What's going on? Don C. Nana Rave. Let's see. We got a lot of the Tom, the audio designer. I don't think we've seen him in a while. It's been quite some time. Appreciate you coming back out. A.D. Hutley. What's going on? Bailey got beats. Hey, by the way, that is 63. Hold on. They say there's a discrepancy in the total pointage. It is not 53 total points. It's 63 total points. DK.
That would still make me the winner, though.
I know, but I'm a little, come on, DK.
Well, okay,
it's
DK,
pretty
I
easy
forgive you.
mathematics,
I'm DK's a wordsmith, dude.
Dude, we need to get Bob Pierney in here. Not only is he a white hat referee, but he's a math teacher for 50 years. We got to get him in here. He's our new rules expert. I'm gonna have him ready. But thanks for the correction, Troy.
But does he know how to work a camera?
Now we'll have to send Frenchie over there to help him with his. He'll be his IT guy. What's going on, Charles? Adam78. Appreciate you guys coming out.
How's this thing work?
Yeah, I don't understand. Oh no, he's been in the chat. Remember, he's been in our chat.
Oh, that's true.
He can participate. Yeah, he can participate. But thanks everyone for coming out and seeing us. Let's go Ravens and let's go O's, and we'll see y'all on Tuesday.